Alright guys, update video. We got some big news topics today. Starting with another RFA domino falls. Finally, some of the drama is cooling down and players are actually wanting to be in their team on opening night. Mikko Rantanen signs a deal for 6 years with a 9.25 million AAV. I'll put up the contract structure right up here. But it goes 12 million in the first year, 12 million in the second, 10 in the third, 6 in the fourth, 9.5 million in the fifth, and 6 million in the final year. This contract is also all base salary, so there is no signing bonuses. So finally, we are seeing an RFA sign a deal that is not a bridge contract. And so what do I think about the Mikko Rantanen deal? Well, in my opinion, Mikko Rantanen actually is people tend to joke about it because I know his agent mentioned it. But Mikko Rantanen, you can definitely make the argument, is comparable to someone like Mitch Marner, someone like Draisaitl. So in terms of the actual dollar amount, it makes sense to me. This past season, Mikko Rantanen put up 87 points in 74 games. Meaning, if he played the full season because he missed 8 games, he would have been around the 97 point mark, which again is better than what Mitch Marner did. So when you make the comparable, is Mikko Rantanen comparable to someone like Mitch Marner? For sure he is. You know, in my opinion, Mikko Rantanen is actually kind of underrated. People tend to underrate him for the most part. Last season he put up 84 points in 81 games, and not many people were talking about him. And I think that has to do with the fact that he plays alongside of McKinnon, so people kind of attribute all his success to the fact that he's McKinnon's line mate. But in my opinion, that is definitely not just the case. I mean, obviously, like Draisaitl, maybe like Marner playing with Tavares, their points are going to be inflated by playing with other superstars, but in no means does that take away the type of player they are, and Mikko Rantanen is definitely a superstar. So 6 years, 9.25 million, I can't say anything bad about it, considering if you compare it against Mitch Marner's contract, it actually seems like a steal. And so now that Rantanen is signed, and he will be in the roster on opening night, the Colorado are really starting to look like a very dangerous team. You know, they have guys like Nathan McKinnon, newly acquired Nazem Kadri, Tyson Jost, who's going to be continued to develop. Of course, Landeskog, Burakovsky over this offseason. The Colorado Avalanche are going to be a much better team. And, you know, if Rantanen continues to develop alongside of McKinnon, I can see them both being around the 100-point range next season. Again, they're going to be completely nasty. The one downfall I kind of see about the Avalanche is the fact that they did trade away Barry, trade away Rantanen. And fair enough, I think Cale Makar is going to come in and do a great job, but I think there was a big argument that there was a good chance that Bowen Byram was going to step into the lineup and kind of contribute to the roster right away here, but he was sent down back to the Vancouver Giants. So I think there is still some growth in their blue line to happen, but the Avalanche are looking like a very scary team, and considering that McKinnon is on one of the best contracts in the whole NHL, arguably the best contract, he signed for $6.3 million. The Avalanche are going to be a good team. There's no questions about it. The Avalanche are going to be one of those big up-and-coming teams. Adding Nazem Kadri in the offseason is going to really help. And what do you guys think about the Mikko Rantanen contract? I think it is good value, especially when you compare it against other RFA signings. There was a lot of rumors that it was going to be longer term, but I didn't know what to expect, a bridge deal or the long-term contract, but I think it makes sense for both sides. Again, let me know what you guys think down below. Alright, post-edit Rob here. The Kyle Connor deal is finally done right after the Rantanen deal is announced. So as of right now, as I'm filming this video, the final number isn't fully released yet, but it's somewhere between 7 and 7.25 AAV for 7 years for Kyle Connor. And in my opinion, this is a great contract. It's very different from the whole Landon contract, but it's long-term, good dollar amount for a Kyle Connor who is a potential 35-40 goal scorer. Plays that two-way game, and for the most part, guys, I'm very happy with this contract. I think it's great. I think it has good value. I think Kyle Connor is going to be probably one of the brightest spots of the Winnipeg Jets' future in terms of that leadership two-way game. Something that I think he does better than Patrick Laine. How do you guys feel about the Connor contract? I think it's great. Let me know what you guys think down below. On to the next topic. Brock Boeser is back practicing with the team, which is just fantastic news. Because of course, against a game versus the Ottawa Senators, Chris Tierney, I know we talked about it a couple times now, checked Boeser right in the numbers and he went face first into the boards, resulting in him to go into concussion protocol. And the scary thing about concussion protocol is it can mean anything. It could mean that he has a headache after the game, or it could mean that he has a severe concussion. And there wasn't really a formal update. In one of my last videos, I reported that Brock Boeser actually went out to dinner with Boeser the night after he went into concussion protocol, which I thought was actually pretty significant news, considering that, you know, if he's out and about one day after he goes into concussion protocol, it can't be too serious of a concussion. And now he is on the ice practicing with the team. He is wearing a no-contact jersey, of course, but it is great to see. Because Brock Boeser has had a very tough time in the NHL so far. He's been labeled a band-aid, but in my opinion, most of the stuff that's been happening to him has been more freak accidents, like the whole bench thing, and then this. Like, this whole situation, and the fact that this is Brock Boeser's first offseason, where he's been able to train the whole offseason and then get into the roster, get into the opening lineup, with a jump in his step. I was super excited. So when I saw that he was in concussion protocol, it really made my heart sink, because I think Brock Boeser, I think the whole young Vancouver Canucks core this upcoming season, they're going to have a big year. There's going to be a lot of development. And if Brock Boeser were to miss part of the beginning of the season due to a concussion, that was just going to take away so much momentum. Sorry, my dog is squeaking a toy. That was going to take away so much momentum, so it's great to hear. Alright guys, on another Canucks topic. Louis Eriksson. So I just saw this tweet by David Carrig, and he tweeted, Louis Eriksson played on Thursday night. He had no hits, he had no shots, he had one giveaway, he had no takeaways, he had no block shots, and he had no faceoffs won or lost. So basically, Louis Eriksson was a pylon that night. I don't even know how this is possible. It's kind of impressive that he can just do absolutely nothing and make zero impact on his team, on the team. And that's, I've kind of always had that opinion of Louis Eriksson. He doesn't play with like a lot of passion. He's kind of like a nonchalant player, like goes with the motions. And this really makes me think that the best course of action is to send Louis Eriksson down to the minors. If he's not going to play, if he's not even going to be put in a position where he can shoot the puck once, why should he be on the roster when we have other guys like Adam Gaudette who are playing their butts off to make the lineup? What do you guys think about that? Personally, I think it's a no-brainer. Louis Eriksson should be sent down. No passion. The guy just has no passion. And it's kind of sad, because I thought this whole offseason and all this criticism about Louis Eriksson, all the trade rumors, I was hoping that this was going to kind of motivate him in the right direction. I thought potentially we could see a 30-40 point season from Louis Eriksson this upcoming season, because Eriksson, you know, he's not useless. He has a good defensive game. His offensive side isn't there. But I thought this whole offseason was going to motivate him in the right direction, and after seeing this type of stuff, it's kind of sad, but it may just be that final push where Green goes, you know, that's enough. Utica is where you're heading. And on that note, and on that topic, Adam Gaudette has been playing great, and I really hope he's in opening night. I think there's no question about it. He deserves to be on the team. He deserves to be in that bottom six role, and maybe second line power play. What do you guys think about that whole situation? Should Adam Gaudette be in the roster, and should Louis Eriksson get sent down? Alright guys, and the last news piece of the day is Jonathan Drouin. There has been a lot of talks about Jonathan Drouin as of recently, and the fact that he's on the trade block. Now, Bergevin has came out and kind of said that, you know, this isn't the case, but it does make sense, because why would he kind of throw his player under the bus? A lot of respectable people have been reporting that he has been kind of shopped around, and I think it's kind of interesting, because Jonathan Drouin, of course, has received a lot of criticism. He's a former 3rd overall pick from the 2013 draft, from the Nathan McKinnon-Barkov draft. And, I mean, even in that draft, Florida was criticized highly for not taking Jonathan Drouin at number 2, but instead they drafted Barkov, of course. Drouin is a guy who, in my opinion, still has potential to keep growing. This past season, he put up 53 points in 81 games, and in my opinion, Drouin is a guy who can put up around 60, 65 points, which again, that's not bad. I mean, from a 3rd overall pick, that may be a bit questionable, but 60, 65 points from a secondary scorer is definitely decent production. The Montreal Canadiens are going to be kind of in an interesting spot next season. A lot of guys coming off career years. You know, Max Domi just put up 72 points, 82 games. Thomas Tatar came up, had a big bounce back season, 58 points, 80 games. Drouin, of course, with 53 points. Danault, and some other rookies like Kotkaniemi. And the Canadiens are kind of in an interesting spot, because when you have so many guys who are having career years, it's kind of hard to expect more, I guess, elevation upon what they previously set. So for example, Max Domi, I believe Max Domi is going to go in and have like a 65, 70 point season, but I can't really see him going in and putting up 80 points. Tatar, kind of the same thing. I can't really see much elevation. And so the fact, if the Montreal Canadiens are truly shopping Drouin, who are they going to get that's a better scorer than Drouin without shipping away other major pieces? Obviously, what comes to mind instantly is someone like Shane Gostisbehere. I know, of course, Bergevin has been a big fan of a guy like Shane Gostisbehere for a long time now, but when you look at the Montreal Canadiens, again, they don't need a left-handed defenseman. I mean, I'm sure they can make it work, but that's not really their needs. And if Drouin is traded, I think they need another scoring winger back. Like, they have Deneau, they have Domi, they need a scoring winger, and if they do that, if they don't get back a scoring winger, it's going to be messing up a lot of their scoring depth. So in my opinion, it may just be rumors. I don't really see it making a lot of sense. I guess we'll see though. What do you guys think? Is a potential Drouin trade actually in the works, or is it just a rumor? Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. What do you guys think about the Mikko Rantanen contract? How do you guys feel about Boeser? And what do you think about a potential Drouin trade? And before we go, guys, I want to quickly plug my Twitch channel. We've been streaming so much HUT, franchise mode, and we've been having a blast. I would really appreciate it if you guys went down or followed me down on my Twitch channel down below. We've been streaming so much recently, and again, we're having a blast, and I would love to see you guys there. We can go have fun, communicate in the chat, have some memes. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys later.